Hey there! Have you heard of the word biogeochemical? Do you know the definition of biogeochemical? If not, you've clicked on the right video because today we'll be discussing the biogeochemical cycle on land. Before we continue, allow us to introduce ourselves. I am Naomi.
Mikaela.
I am Zareen.
My name is Serge Paulo Flores.
I'm Rana.
I'm Marie.
I am Sophia.
And I'm Kyla.
The abbreviation biogeochemical refers to analyzing each cycle's biological, geological, and chemical components. We will be diving into the sedimentary and phosphorus cycles, the adverse anthropogenic effects, invasive species, and epigenetics. We hope you enjoy watching and learn something about our environment.
From the non-living, abiotic, to the living, biotic components of the biosphere, and back again, elements are transported through biochemical cycles in a variety of ways. All the chemical components that make up live cells must be continually recycled in order for the living components of a significant ecosystem to thrive. A form of a biochemical cycle, known as the sedimentary cycle, uses the Earth's crust as its reservoir. The sedimentary cycle is a cyclical process that causes chemical compounds to pass through both living and non-living components of the Earth. Although sedimentary cycles differ, they always basically consist of a solution or water-related phase and a rock or sediment.
Furthermore, in a cycle, phosphorus travels via rock, water, soil, sediments, and living things. The main phases of phosphorus cycles are weathering, absorption by plants, absorption by animals, return to the environment through decomposition. Phosphate ions and other minerals are released from the rocks through time by weathering and precipitation. Bacteria that convert organic materials to inorganic forms of phosphorus in the soil can make organic forms of phosphate accessible to plants. Mineralization is the name given to this process. Because phosphorus is a crucial ingredient for supporting life on Earth, and because it is a key component of cell membranes, bones, and teeth, as well as the genetic code, it is important to understand how the phosphorus cycle works.
The term anthropogenic refers to environmental change induced or affected by humans, either directly or indirectly. Anthropogenic activity has degraded roughly 1 billion hectares of land worldwide. This is causing a reduction in numerous ecosystem functions throughout the world, endangering livelihoods and fostering social instability. Because of increased human strain on land, the environment is being disrupted. Whereas in the Philippines, overexploitation, land degradation, climate change, and pollution continue to devastate the country's vital resources at an alarming rate. Therefore, in terms of Le Chatelier's principle, the anthropogenic activities are the ones disrupting the ecological equilibrium where the environment makes its own adjustments to find its new balance.
We should first understand what constitutes an invasive species. It is an introduced organism that overpopulates and damages its new environment. Even though the majority of introduced species are neutral or helpful to other species, invasive species have a negative impact on habitats and bioregions, harming their ecology, the environment, and/or their economy. Both the ecosystem's natural resources and human usage of those resources may be harmed by invasive species. Unintentional discharges of aquaculture species. Uninvasive species need not originate from abroad.
To begin with, what is epigenetics? Epigenetics is the study of how the environment and other factors can affect the way your genes function. Epigenomic reactions from plant species are a result of rising land temperatures, which impact their migration patterns and behavior. The application of pesticides to plants is also a factor in epigenetic modifications, especially to animals. These chemicals contaminate the environment and have an impact on human health, population growth, and ecosystem productivity. Additionally, these effects lead to epigenetic changes that may have a long-term implications and be passed on to generations that were not exposed to the contaminated environment back then.
To summarize, a biogeochemical cycle is a repeated process that allows chemical molecules to travel through living and non-living earth components. Phosphorus moves through rocks, water, soil, sediments, and living things in a cycle. Anthropogenic activity has destroyed nearly a billion hectares of land globally, threatening livelihoods and fueling societal unrest. The study of how the environment and other variables may change the way your genes work is known as epigenetics.
Our world faces environmental issues day by day, and it is we humans who are causing these harmful effects. Among the anthropogenic effects evident in the Philippines is land pollution. In our simple ways, and as responsible Filipino citizens, what can we do to help alleviate these environmental issues? Among the simple ways we can do for a more sustainable living environment is through the use of eco-bricks. Plastics have been polluting most of our land as it takes about 400 to 1,000 years to decompose fully. Through eco-bricks, we could help reduce the number of plastics polluting our land by squeezing in as many plastics as we could inside the PET bottle. As PET bottles are known to be durable, these are used in place of regular building blocks like concrete. They are also sustainable as they can be repurposed and reused. It's about time that we do something for our environment, and it's never too late. And that ends our info video. Thank you very much for watching. This is Group 3 of A50, The Landers. We hope that this video helped you know more about the biogeochemical cycle on land.